let's talk about equivalent fractions for a little while here while we got some time. 4/8 equals 1/2. Let's see an example of what that might look like. There's 4/8, and that's half of that whole circle, isn't it? Where 8/8 is one whole. So if you have 8 pieces of a pizza and you have 4/8 of them, you have 1/2. That's a simplified fraction. 1/2 is 4/8 completely simplified. Let's look at that one more time. Our graphic here will split that into 4/8, and that's a half of the whole pizza. If you're understanding equivalent fractions, 4/8 and 1/2 are exactly the same thing. That's what equivalent means. And 8/8 would be one whole. Or 1/1, you could write that. Now on our next page, we're going to try to show something a little bit different, but staying with equivalent fractions here. 2/8 equals 1/4, and hopefully you'll see that right there. Those 2/8 would be 1/4 of the whole. And of course 8/8 is still the whole thing. Now we're looking at 4/8, like the earlier graphic, and there's 8/8 again. Okay, guys and gals, let's look at a few examples now. Here we have 2/6. That simplifies to 1/3. Those are equivalent fractions, and that is true all over planet Earth. Next we have 4/6, which simplifies to 2/3. Those are equivalent fractions, of course. Next we have 3/9. Divide the top by 3, divide the bottom by 3, and you get 1/3. Those are equivalent fractions, true all over the planet. Next we have 6/9. That would simplify to 2/3, exactly equivalent to fractions. And a couple more. Here we have 9/9. Of course, that is the whole thing, so 1/1, or simplified to just 1. And next we have 4/12. The equivalent fraction to 4/12 would be 1/3, completely simplified. And 6/12, that is exactly half of something. So simplified, you get 1/2 there. And that, of course, is true. And 9/12. Now we're talking like we have most of something, which would be 3/4 in this case.